Welcome to TDS's most expensive challenge, Plushie only. You see, most people have a couple plushies or even no plushies, but for this challenge, I had to buy over $150 worth of plushies, along with my entire team. So with expensive DPS and no farm, can we beat Pizza Party? Well, there's only one way to find out during these next 5 games. And let's lay some groundwork. Our goals are to fight through as many games as possible, perfect a strategy, and don't lose our sanity. So how did we beat this challenge? Well, you'll witness the hell we went through to achieve this. Along with some major errors like how I used this loadout horrifically on wave 32 on game 1. But to find out why that is, let's start on the first wave. Wild and Swifter kicked off early game with a gang of gold scouts while me and Solar got engineers. As you can guess, this absolutely crushed the first 20-ish waves. But while we were so focused on engineer, I made the first major error. What was that? I forgot the money for level 5 engineer should have gone to a much better cause. And no, not mini. You see, gold mini and mini are great towers, especially after the buff, but they require cold hard cash, which we didn't have. As you can see, mini's flaws were showing with how far the shotgunners got, and we couldn't do much about it. What did we try? Airstrikes to fight for our lives against shotgunners and breakers. All hope seemed lost until I remembered I had the most glorious plushie tower in the game. Trapper. I spammed Trapper in hopes we could fend off leaky enemies, but with no farms, you can guess how that went. We didn't just need little bombs on the ground, we needed DPS. So what did we do to fix this? Well, round 2, you'll think this is a hot take, but we swapped Mini out for Excel. I know, but Excel actually saved us way too many times this next game. This round we fought like there was no tomorrow. Not only that, but I put the thousands of dollars that was in level 5 engineers to Excel. With this strategy, we had much stronger mid game after we breezed past the early game. In addition to that, we used a tower you wouldn't expect. Freezer. Yes, this counts as a plushie, I don't want to hear it. With this help, we crushed everything up to wave 30. After that, considerable help from consumables and APCs was necessary. You see, even with the best towers in the game, without farm, we had to push through these last 10 waves with determination. So what happened when we ran out of consumables as wave 40 rolled around? Our DPS had to carry it. You can now understand why Excel is necessary, helping us melt stronger enemies so Engineer could focus on zombies running for freedom. Everything led up to this wave. As soon as it started, we deployed damage and fire rate flags, but the best of all, nukes. I won't lie to you, we abused the hell out of nukes, which really supported our DPS, absolutely obliterating walks. This hard-earned win was what we needed to destroy this challenge. All we had to do was repeat the same strat 3 more times, right? Sadly, these games only got more problematic as the night progressed. You see, our first of many issues was school. It takes a toll, but Swifter was feeling that effect most, so this game was his last one. Not only that, but all of us just weren't as sharp. Stupidly looking over that fact, you could not believe what we did next. We actually decided to switch roles. And you can guess, as a fatigued team of TDS pros, that didn't help. My new role was to do Commander while getting free cam clips and focus DPS. Like, there's so many layers to why this next round was just a shit show, but you need to see and watch for yourself. So what went wrong? Well, early game went smooth as usual, aside from the fact zombies were getting farther and farther. And don't get me wrong, we had a lot of DPS, just not enough. You can obviously guess I spammed engineers until we needed command, but I really screwed something up with these commanders, and no, it wasn't getting call to arms, it was maxing commanders. I don't know what I was thinking. So after I spent all of my money and our best consumables, this new plan completely blew up in our face on wave 36. What happened? Well, shotgunners exited the engineer and Excel range with max HP. Guess how that went. And after our best chance at another W, Swifter had to leave for round 4. Little did we know the difference between quad and trio was vast. For this new roadblock, you can see why we switched back to our normal roles to destroy Pizza Party like we did before. However, we were trio, so you'll see how that went. You'll be glad to know that we luckily found out a new piece of information in this round to help us prep for the final game. And no, it was not the early game that we crushed, not the lack of Excels and engineers, not even the consumables we used, but rather the fact that we put every ounce of effort into this round and we still got slapped back to the 1700s by zombie furries. We needed a 4th person. Like I said, early game was a breeze, we just need that 4th person. So guess what? Round 5, I invited a special guest, Toxic Injection. Despite having only 4 plushie towers, he agreed to help. You see, this went much better, but a problem we thought was solved back in round 1 showed up again. You're going to see that soon, but for now let's break down our game plan. We needed Freezer to help our DPS like Engineer and Excel while being supported by DJ and Commander. And you know by now we need Excel instead of Mini. Unfortunately, Toxic didn't have Plushie Excel, but Plushie Mini. Still confident, we knew it was possible, so we dropped in. And you should know by this point, at game 5, all we had to do was get as much DPS as possible. But this time there was a twist. Middle of the game, we learned that Wild had limited time left, turning this into a speed run, something we did not need. We placed Excels and Engineers as fast as possible, but the minis fell behind along with the consumables as the zombies were unfazed by our defenses. So when we did die, it was wave 31. Just a few more waves later and we could have made it. Despite this, we lost. Alright, please subscribe. I actually don't know how I'm gonna recover from this. I am...